So thank you so much for joining us here tonight for the Holster Scholar Program's Fall Research Symposium. Before we end, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to several people. First and foremost, I want to thank Bob and Carlotta Holster one last time. I hope we continue to make you proud and that you understand the enormous impact that your gift is making every single year on these extraordinary young people. I also want to thank my colleagues. First, thanks to my colleagues in honors and enrichment programs for doing so much of the work that it took to convert this into a virtual event, rather than the event we normally hold in Conover Auditorium. Thank you specifically to Ellen Mayo, who in addition to so many other things, showed up on Sundays to assist with the recordings of the student presentations. Thank you, Kathy Fingal, for your help down the stretch. And thanks also to the Executive Director of Enrichment Programs, Caroline McGuire, for her role in putting all this together. Second, thanks to my colleagues on the Holster Scholar Selection Committee. This is an amazing group of faculty, staff, and administrators who serve out of the goodness of their hearts. And special thanks on this 10th anniversary should go to Professors Catherine Little and Nicholas Ledbeater, who have served on this committee since the program's inception. Their contributions have helped shape what this program has become. And on a related note, I also want to take a moment to acknowledge my predecessor and friend, Dr. Jill Deans, who was instrumental in building the culture of this program. I often joke that this program's become a victim of its own success. Well, to the extent that this is true, Jill probably deserves a lot of the credit for that. The basic organization, structure, and processes of the program were all the ones that she developed and refined over the early years of the program's existence. I've made changes over the years, but this program is still infused with Jill's DNA, and we're all better off because of that. Thank you to our faculty mentors. This program is built on 3 pillars, as I mentioned: student initiative, community, and mentor support. And as amazing as these students are, these projects would not have been possible were it not for the gifts of time and labor by these fantastic faculty mentors. Their willingness to stick with these students and continue supporting them in the face of one COVID-induced change of plans after another is a testament to the commitment our faculty here at UConn have to their students. I also want to take a moment to thank the families. You know, this may sound a little odd in a program like this, but probably more than ever, the families of our scholars were intimately involved in these projects, simply by virtue of the fact that so much of the work was being done while the students were at home. You know, when we immerse ourselves in research or creative or design projects in the way that these students did, it has a way of taking over our lives. So that means that in the process, it becomes a part of the lives of the people who are close to us. So all the families, parents, grandparents, siblings, whomever, thank you for joining us on this long, strange trip that was the 2020 COVID Holster Scholar experience. And finally, thank you to the scholars. First, to the past scholars who are out there watching, thank you for the inspiration that you provide, whether you realize it or not, and thank you for setting that bar so high for this program. And of course, thanks to the 11 of you who've presented your work here tonight. You've done great work. You know, we talked a lot last spring about what success meant in the context of this program, and it was never about the results that you got. But now that the symposium's complete, I want to make sure you all know that all of you were successful in this process, regardless of whether you found the project that's going to keep you motivated for the next 3 years, or whether you figured out that research isn't for you. All of you did exactly what I asked of you. You went all in. You were resilient, and you produced something that you could be proud of. What you end up doing with that is up to you. But I know all of you would agree that this experience is already having exactly the kind of outsized influence on your UConn experience that it was intended to have from the very, very beginning. Congratulations on the job well done, and I can't wait to see what you do next.